the road to rank 1. Today we're starting off against Small Yakov. There is a new trend on the European server where everyone has a nickname that has something to do with Yakov. There's a big Yakov, there's a middle Yakov, I think there's a medium Yakov, there's an old Yakov, whom I believe to be Solar, the Korean pro gamer. There's like 4 or 5 Yakovs right now running around on the server. I'm not entirely sure why this is the case, but it is the case. So I don't actually have any clue who the hell Small Yakov is. It's very difficult to keep track of. They keep changing names as well all the time. So it is a Zerg player, that's all I know. This is the one thing they all have in common, and I guess a healthy dose of respect for the actual player, the young Yakov, who is, you know, the original Yakov. I think it's his name as well, like his last name or something. Today's video sponsor is Displayed. After Displayed noticed that the StarCraft 2 intern found the key to the server room again, they decided, with the StarCraft 2 resurgence on the way, to release some beautiful metal StarCraft 2 themed posters. And look at this absolute beauty. Wow. Artanis, the Protoss Unifier. Perhaps the greatest commander Protoss has ever had. And you can hang him on your wall in picture form. If you're more into Terran, no problem. Because for you, we also have Tychus. This is before he got shot by Jim Raynor. Very kind of the Displayed people to get him, you know, in the before picture. Looks a lot better when he's alive. You can put that on your wall again. If you're not into StarCraft 2, what the hell are you doing here? No problem, we got you covered too. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, all of that good stuff, all the big IPs. You asked for it, Displayed has it. They're like, how do I put it on my wall? Don't worry about it. Freaking easy to mount. Little magnet, plop it on there, and you're cooking. No need for drilling anymore. The only drilling that's going to be happening in your house will be in your bedroom while you're at work. Use the link in the description or the pinned comment to take you to the Displayed website and use code Harstem at checkout for a fat discount. Back to the video. Either way, let's get into it. PvZ, new maps, new patch, all that good stuff. Get a little bit of a hatchery over here. Gonna actually play a build that I've seen MaxPax's do, and this is a very interesting one. So it's a single Oracle with triple Voidray, and the triple Voidray's goal is to deny a forward base, maybe deal some damage as well, and then you follow it up with whatever you want. The triple Voidray provides a lot of safety for different types of setups. The triple Voidray denies a lot of scouting early on, and you force your opponent, like I said, onto 3 bases for an extended period of time. So there's really I think there's a couple of good reasons why you would get it. I've seen MaxPax's play this. Where was it? I think it was in the RSL that I watched him do this, and it looked really cute. So MaxPax's new Voidray build, so to say, very similar to how we used to play a little while back in 2021, I think. The Protoss players used to play a lot of double Stargate builds with heavy Voidray usage. I think these gone out of fashion pretty much because, well, Voidrays are kind of expensive nowadays. They take longer to build. They're just not as good as they once used to be. So we're just going to stick with a single Stargate Voidray for now. That's we're going to open up over here. I do want to add the Warp Gate in the mix as well. Have a quick poke out here. Okay, so we see this Overlord. One of the things I really like doing is just kind of mentally making notes as to where all of the Overlords are or where they're potentially going to be. So we see one over here. I want to check where the next one. Okay, so we have one over here as well. This is where I'm actually first going to go. This is one of the many philosophies that I have in life, is that you should always try and kill Overlords that are far away from you. And that are close to your opponent, because it makes it much harder for them to actually fly away with these guys. I'm missing one Overlord, by the way. Could be on here, but I'm not seeing anything right now. I would love to dodge this initial one as well. I don't think I'm going to be capable of doing it. Dang it. The problem here is that he's just going to see me already, so he can start pulling back. And now I want to kill this because I don't want to give him the information that I'm building multiple Void Rays, because that would be bad news for me. So we're just going to kill this thing, use the Prismatic Alignment. This is the next one that's going to go down. So the moment we kill it, we turn off the Prismatic Alignment, because Prismatic Alignment is, it slows you down quite a bit. And behind all of this, we're going to get an Oracle. And then, of course, we get our next Void Ray behind this. As I said, we're going to go for triple Void Rays over here. We're going to go for triple Void Rays. It's going to be the end plan. don't think I can actually afford adding these gases quite yet. I really do hope that I can get one more Overlord out here. Come on, where are you at, buddy? I know you're flying in here somewhere, buddy. It's not here, at least. I'm just not finding him, which is kind of weird. I don't think he would have had enough time to completely move back. So we're just gonna look around a little bit further, see if we can catch anything. So far, the answer is absolutely no. Holy crap. I really thought we were gonna be just fine here. I really did think that. So we are walking into a bit of a supply block, which is not brilliant, obviously. And here comes our first attack right now with our Oracle as well. Okay, so here comes our next one. I'm gonna pre-chrono boost it already. Okay, get one drone kill. And if I just have some vision as to what the hell Bossman's up to, that would be neat as well. So we're just gonna add one blinker. We're gonna add one of these guys. Just to pretend like I'm playing Blink. While in reality, I'm going to be playing Charge over here. So I'm just going to keep an eye on where the hell he's going to build his fort base. I'm also going to go downstairs in a different direction there. Going to add in a robotics facility. Make sure that he can't take this gold base either. He's not taking that gold. Maybe he's taking the forward fort base. And as long as we don't see him actually do anything useful with his life, there's no real reason for us to do anything useful with our life either, you know? Gonna pull these two extra Voidrays across the map. Maybe we can use them a little bit here defensively. That'll be the end of the world. Gonna send all of this across. Templar Archives as well in the mix. I thought I already added one more pylon, but I guess I didn't. He's honestly doing an okay job at keeping me busy. He's gonna just continuously attack this. Usually they get a slightly faster one over here, but as that's not the case, like a slightly faster... Ooh, what the hell is he doing? Slightly faster fort base, but as that's not the case, we're just going to continue being defensive, I guess. What the hell's in the main base? I don't even know. Looks like a pretty serious setup. Okay. This base has now been taken out. We're just going to add in... Like, the only way that I'm losing is a Roach Max, I think. Like, it's either going to be a Roach Max or some type of an all-in. Like, with maybe Hydra, Ling Bane, low worker count. Those are the only things I'm really afraid of. So I just want to make sure that I can't die against those particular build orders. It actually wouldn't completely surprise me if he tries to get a bunch of Hydras out, just so he can get the setup going that he wants to get going. I'm also going to add in a Prism. That way I can counterattack easily. So far, so good. Like, his worker count is still obviously sucking, right? Like, you cannot tell me that his worker count doesn't suck right now. We're gonna get this forward fort base too. Or should we take the... Actually, let's take this one. I'm not entirely aware yet of what I should be doing on each map when it comes to expanding, but okay, he managed to get a fat hit in over there. We have our Prism that is out. We have +1 that is done as well. Hey, this feels okay. As long as at some point I'm going to end up getting my storm, I don't actually care it being delayed very much. Let's see if we can do a little bit of a push out here as well. That would be neat. So we know we have the Prism going towards the bottom side, and I'm actually really feeling like going for a little push out. Oh, he's also feeling like going for a little push out. Oh my god, still don't have Storm. I thought my Storm was done already. Oops. Okay, so we have a bunch of stasis wards over here. Look at this. This is what it's all about at the end of the day, you know? Bunch of storms, huh? I got one more big warp in as well. Pull these dudes back. So our zealots on the other side of the map most likely are just winning the game. I'm not seeing it happen because I'm busy controlling this portion of the fight. Probably want to morph these guys at some point as well, if I'm being real honest. Okay, this went significantly worse than I thought it would. Just gonna make sure that eventually I hold this, which I think is about to happen. Just gonna pull this guy back too. Like, I think he's lost majority of his workers right now. And this is still going to be pretty much just a straight up all-in, right? Like, there's almost no way in hell that he has full saturation on his fort base, because that fort base got added in so freaking late. My +2 just finished up as well. I wanted to micro that back, but I didn't do a good enough job. You have 2 more zealots over here as well. As long as I don't allow him to build any banes whatsoever, my zealots are going to be super cost efficient. While the moment there's banelings out, they're going to be way less cost efficient. So I'm expecting this to be like, yeah, this is like 75 workers. Maybe these even came from the main. Yeah, this is a pure 66 worker attack. And you can just easily hold that. Once you get a couple of decent storms in, you win the game. And boom, free MMR. I feel like one of the mistakes I've made in the previous games is that I didn't deny creep enough. I think when your entire game plan revolves around cancelling a fort base, I probably should at some point do a move out with a couple of adepts. Like 3-4 adept move out probably would be neat to have. Just so I can deny a little bit of creep towards that fort. I think it would actually be the right call. You really force your opponent into a major all-in. I also wonder if rushing straight into charge is better rather than getting a faster robotics facility. Because once again, my game plan is really revolving around this denial of the fort base. And that frequently, I think, will lead into some type of like roach attack. Having Immortals might be decent against that. Once again, though, having Storm is always good against it. Right now, this is not our worries. We're not playing against the Zerg again. Instead, we're going to be playing against a Protoss player. And that can only mean one thing. I'm going to proxy something. I'm still kind of figuring out what I'm going to proxy. I always feel the freshest when I make these calls at the last possible second. But I notice my probe is moving towards the bottom side of the map. So I think it's going to be a proxy Stargate, to be honest. I've been mining a little bit more gas as well, because I could smell it coming. This is an interesting location. So it's pretty close to the opponent's main base, but quite far away from where their units pop. So it's going to be difficult for this Protoss player to stop me from getting a Stargate unit out. And it's also not super easy to scout, but my Stargate unit will arrive very quickly, which is kind of the main thing. Like, I could have built it here, which is slightly closer by a couple of seconds, but it would have been significantly more risky in my mind. Like, much simpler to spot, for sure. Yeah, we're just going to scout. And the one thing I really like doing is the fake zealot. Makes it hard for your opponent to realize what's going on if they decide to scout. He decided not to scout. And then you cancel the zealot and turn it into a stalker. Like, if you do that move very quickly, the gateway doesn't even cancel its animation. And that is exactly what you want. So I'm going to go with an adept across the map. I'm going to even add another stalker in here as well, which I'm probably going to cancel. Ooh, gets the full wall. Double adept. And what are we seeing here? Nothing behind this. We're now seeing some units start behind it, but it's pretty freaking late. I'm not afraid of double adept openers. I think they're actually extremely weak. So I am just going to make sure that I can't get blocked on my natural. This is key. Make sure that he can't block me with a pylon. This super sucks. Losing this adept is actually one of the worst things that could happen. If I can get this thing out of here, that would be fantastic. It would be one of the greatest things. Okay, I'm just actually going to park it in this general area for now. Actually, I'm just going to, put it in the back a bit. A backup pylon. I am not sure what the hell is going on. Oh, it's 3-gate robo. I had not expected this. Oh my god, I flew it in but was not paying attention. Extremely poor play. I should have killed like 3-4 workers here, but instead I'm gonna kill absolutely nothing, which actually super sucks. Let's see if I can get both of these adepts out though. So I think he's gonna move into this general area. He probably just sent them back home. Oh, this is nasty too. Like a very bad way. Oh, okay. We're still going to need to move back a little bit right now. I'm not 100% sure about finishing this thing either. I almost feel like it would be a mistake to finish my Nexus, he says as he finishes his Nexus. Gonna get an extra battery in the mix. So you have the double Oracle, which poses a significant threat to the opponent. Makes it hard to just defend with a battery, which is something people frequently do. He instead is holding with triple Stalker. Is he going for an expansion behind us? No way, right? There is worker production. Okay, in that case, I'm very happy that I finished this thing up. He most likely is just gonna go for a drop. No? Oh, there is just a Nexus behind this. Okay, still going to be in major trouble though. It's -5 workers. And that theoretically should be game over. Like the moment you lose 5 workers like this, I don't really see a viable path to victory. He also has not really harassed me whatsoever. He's going into... Let's see if there's anything in the main. This is a pretty risky maneuver, to be honest. Oh, he's continuing to chase. Yeah. Ah! Didn't get it. But we got 13 kills total, which is going to be enough. So, usually I play into a macro game, but I was going to say I'm just going to all-in him because this game is super over. And I think he realizes 23 works to 32. I have an Immortal for safety. He built an Immortal for whatever reason. He had Blink, but he's never going to be capable of killing me because the moment he moves out with all of his Stalkers, he'll just lose all of his workers. I defend with 1 or 2 batteries, and the game just ends. So we've got Relgan, one of the few creative Zerg players. I always truly enjoyed playing against him. Where's my good luck, everyone? Calm down. I was just glazing you, brother. All right. Yeah, one of the players I always really appreciated. Smart dude. And is back, apparently. A lot of like these 5.5 to 5.8k Zerg players that retired temporarily or for a longer time have made their comebacks since the latest patch because they feel like it's a little bit more playable. So I'm just gonna go for a quick cannon rush over here. I'd love to see it. I don't actually have a good way to wall this area off, by the way. No, I do actually. Is he coming out with some drones to kill me or what's the play here, brother? So I can actually wall this in. I kind of forgot about that. That's why I have this as a very, very neat cannon rush map. So just gonna add a little triple wall over here. Look at that. That is beautiful. That actually is beautiful. And what I want to do here right now is just add one of these guys as well. He's most likely going to move out across the map. I've been cannon rushing an awful lot as of late in this matchup, but I'm a huge fan of it. What can I say? I am a sucker, absolutely a sucker for the cannon rush. And one of the cannon rushes that I've been enjoying the most is the... Oh my god, he has 2 of these workers now on the wrong side of the road. There's no... He's going to cancel it, right? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's going to cancel it. It's going to have to cancel that. I think he's going to proxy hatch, which is a very standard weird response. You know, if you're a weird guy... like one of the standard things that weird guys do is go for a proxy. Absolutely. It's just the truth. So I'm expecting him to have a proxy hatch somewhere nearby my base. I haven't found it quite yet though. I'm also not entirely sure about getting this Zealot into the mix, but I'm just going to send it back home ASAP. And... if he wants to build roaches right now, that is obviously going to be allowed. Like, if you want, you can build roaches. There's a hatch here, right? There's no hatch here. Okay, we're gonna scout as to where he's at. Is there gold bases on this map? Doesn't seem to be the case, right? Pylon in here. He can't easily move out from this area. I really do need a Stargate somewhere. Where is he? Has he just... has he lost his mind? Where's our damn mind, boy? Okay, gotta get this thing out. Okay, he's going for a drive-by? I don't know what he's doing. Where is his proxy hatch? I know you have a proxy hatch. Oh, it's over here. Rich Vespine Geyser as well. Oh, that is interesting. And we see that this Rich Vespine Geyser has been taken too. So we're gonna send some adepts over there from here on out. Don't forget we have this thing that's about to finish up. I'm expecting roaches to come and hit me relatively quickly. And we're going to add another pylon here on the low ground. Okay, there's the roaches. So I was correct about that. Okay, we have Ravagers out here. So most likely he's going for a straight up Ravager attack. This is indeed an interesting response to the cannon rush. We have a queen out there too. Where shall we march? I think the main problem for him right now is just the fact that he needs to defend this area. I don't think he actually can reliably do that, right? Like, how in the hell are you gonna reliably defend this spot? I don't see it. He's going to be on a single base as well. I will add in a cannon right now, just because I can. None? Okay, let's see if there's any protection here. Has no protection for himself. I'm attacking the assimilator rather than anything else, which is obviously a mistake. I could have gone for a kill on the queen, I just realized. Gonna get a third Oracle out as well. So the cannon is really here just for safety. I don't think I'm gonna need it. It's just like a backup pretty much. And it's always nice to have a backup. He still has that base over here. He's trying to take this thing too. There's a couple of roaches, quite a few links out. And now what I want to do is just get a good read on his worker count. Because I can see exactly how many workers he has, right? Like I know how many workers he has at home. It's probably going to be fully saturated, either 19 or 22. And here he has 3 workers. So I am honestly believing in the power of a bit of an all-in here. I want to see what's coming out of these eggs. I'm going to add in another Oracle. One of my rules is that as long as you feel like the other dude is just making pure units, there's no reason for you to do anything but make pure units. I could take a third base if I would want to, but why the hell would I want to make a third base? He's actually going for a lair. In that case, a third base might be wise. I actually do like the thought of a third base. I'm also going to add in Blink, so that my Stalkers are going to be a little bit more effective, a bit more efficient overall. And we get Nexus into... Oh, come on, into Violent. There you go, buddy. That's beautiful stuff. Cheeky little simulator on here. If I can keep this alive, that would be neat. There you go. We have a pretty... Oh, cannot fast warp in over there. We have a pretty decent Oracle count, which will hold anything that isn't Hydras. Right? He has a high gas count. So a couple of things we could be expecting is like a weird Muta build, maybe. Roach Hydra is something that I am kind of aware of as an option here too. I do want to add in 1 battery, maybe even 2 batteries. It's getting a higher worker count, but my worker count is still significantly better than his. Let's see what is... Oh, what am I doing? Okay, it's going to be Spire. Yeah, this is pretty much what I thought. I think this Spire is not going to be used. This is a fake Spire. There's going to be a proxy Hydra then, I think, somewhere in the corner. This is a classic maneuver. I'm surprised that he took that base, by the way. I still am. I'm just not buying it. I think we can actually push a little bit, so we can force his hand. I think this is one of the most important things against Zerg, is that very often you're not pushing necessarily to win, but you just want to see what they build as a response, right? Like, if he's building 20 roaches right now, that gives me a lot of information. If he's building 30 mutas, that's also giving me a lot of information. I'm going to get a blind cannon in here. I'm probably going to kill every single one of these OVs, which is good enough. And at the same time, I'm going to move him further forward with my oracles, because I think whatever pops out here is going to be fake news. Like, unless it's actually Muta. Okay, it's Hydras. That's what I thought. Yeah. It's the Hydra then. This must have been a Hydra then, which I kind of missed. So in that case, I just add 2 more of these. Hydra, low eco. There is a possibility that this is going to be... Lurkers, maybe? In that case, holding map control would be huge for me. And with 4 of these guys, 4 oracles, it's going to be tough for him to break the map control. So just blink forward. We're seeing like a very low Hydra count here. I just don't think this is going to be viable whatsoever. I love getting to call other people out on, you know, playing weird StarCraft 2 while I'm cannon rushing half of my games against Zerg nowadays. I'm a huge fan of it. What can I say? I'm a sucker for the cannons, man. There's really no time pressure on me whatsoever, because I'm going to be up 2 bases soon. The one thing about Stalkers is that you can always pretty much trade. Like, there's no reason for me to go back home until there's a lot of links, or until there's too many Hydras or Lurkers of some sort, you know? I can just blink back, and if I do that well, it should practically be impossible to take bad fights. So one thing you can always do is like snipe 1 or 2 Hydras, and then you just blink back. That's not the greatest thing I've ever done here. But yeah, I mean, his worker count is just very, very mediocre. Still gonna be on 3 bases. Whoop, whoop. This isn't even one of the best Cannon Rush maps. It's a decent one, but there's some absolutely insane ones. Like, actually insane Cannon Rush maps. There's one in PvP as well that I can't wait to show you guys. Once I get a PvP on, I think it's Celestial Enclave. Good lord. That's a build and a half. Pro players will need to start scouting for Cannon Rushes in that specific location. Because it's so freaking good. It's actually crazy how good it is. I really like that type of stuff. In general in StarCraft 2. I think one of the really cool things that you can have in StarCraft is that if you want to play safe, you can play safe. But I feel like nowadays it's a bit too easy to play safe almost, you know? Like, if I'm playing against Serral, and Serral is afraid of me, he will need to scout 7 different areas and it should cost him something. That is what I believe. You know, playing safe, there should really be like a trade-off between playing safe, being aggressive, and being economically sound. That way you kind of get like a rock, paper, scissor, as in what you can gamble on, or, you know, not necessarily gamble, but what you can scout for, what you can't scout for. It often feels like right now is that, or in the past few years, that it's too easy to play safe. Like, there's not enough of an opportunity cost for playing extremely safe. And I feel like on some of these maps, that's definitely coming back. And also just a little bit in the meta overall, is like, there's a couple of things that you need to gamble on, you know? It's like, you need to go in one direction. If you're not doing that well, then you could just end up dying. So this looks like a good fight for him, but every fight is a good fight for me. So there's no such thing as a good fight for him, because he just doesn't have the eco. Like, the only thing he wins is if he survives still infinite lurkers. Yeah, that's why I just kind of want to keep trading and just make sure that he doesn't get infinite lurkers out, because I don't see another way for me to lose this game. Yeah, I'm just gonna get like the 5 storms and stack like 3 on top of them as well. It's going into fungals, but I'm practically maxed, so I'm up like 90 supply at this point. So you're just thinking forward and win the game. That's exactly what we're gonna be doing. A couple of stasis wards. Your 4 bases. GG. Another Cannon Rush. Another win. And that will be it for me.